Hey, what's up? This is Steve here. Hey, you know, do we have to accept failure? Well, I'm going to talk about the lesson of the pike. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it goes like this. There's a group of scientists who took a northern pike and put him in an aquarium. And in that aquarium, they had a glass barrier. And on the other side of the glass barrier, they put about a dozen million, which is the pike's natural food. Now, what happened? The pike was attacked, but he didn't reach his goal, and he was attacked, and he kept doing it time and time again until after a few days of failures, he quit and he stopped. So when the scientists, what they did is then they took that glass barrier out, and they wanted to see what would happen. Well, those minnows, his natural food, would swim around this pike, get in front of his nose. But what they found out, the pike would not attack. Now, what they call that is classical conditioning, conditioning a subject to respond in a particular way. Now, classical conditioning is a problem for the pike because if the pike don't eat, he dies. But it's a real tragedy for us when life conditions us to accept failure. Now, in my own life, I've had several failures. I've had a business failure, a bankruptcy, just failures. But I have to look. Do I let that failure turn me into what the pike is, and I just give up, and basically life dies with me, and it's just not getting me anywhere? Or do I recognize what it is, a failure, an event in my life, and that it has nothing to do with my future? So being in the heating and air conditioning field, it did not get me where I wanted to be. Basically, it was just a job, and it just how did it go? Job just over broke, and we have a lot of us that are just not happy in life and not enjoying what we want out of life. We're not spending time with our families. I don't know. You're in a car, and you may be commuting, and you got these long commutes. It's just time away from enjoying your life with your family or doing whatever you want to do. That's what a job does. And I recognized it back finally after about 40 years working in the heat and air conditioning field. I recognized that all I was doing is creating, is building my boss's dream and not my dream. So back in April 2015, I decided to walk in his office and I fired his butt. I'm going to do something different, which I had to find something that I could leverage my time, because I don't have a lot of time left. I'm on Social Security, and it's not getting me where I want to do, and it's just not fun. So I want to make something different in life. So I have a choice. I can accept the failures and just live life mediocrely, be mediocre in life and not enjoying what I'm doing. Or I can look at what failure is, just an event. My future had not been written. Even from this day forward, my life is today, and the future has not been written. So I could write whatever I want to write. So I made a choice. I fired my boss, and I set out to find something new. Well, long story short, when you find something, you got to find a system that's already put together, a system that's working, has results. And I found this online marketing system, and this system has made 15 millionaires in the last 4 years. Now, I say that's pretty good results. And plus, dozens of 5- and 6-figure earners. So that's pretty good results. But also, they got to go through the income disclaimer, because not everybody does that. And what is the difference, okay, from the people who got to the top of the mountain and those who are still at the bottom of the mountains. And it's how they accept their failures. They look for excuses. The ones on top of the mountain, they did the actions. They did the work. And they developed their skills and they did the trainings. Okay? Well, the ones that are at the bottom of the mountain that they haven't got there, they're either not doing the actions, looking for excuse, accepting failure, and they don't grow. They are living mediocre. So it's not the system's fault. It's the person's fault. It's my fault if I don't get there. But I found a system, and this system has a potential where I could become $1 million earner. So it's just up to me. Same like it's up to you. Now, if you are interested in changing your life, because, Jim Rohn says, if you don't like where you're at, change. You're not a tree, okay? Or we're not a pike. We can change. And if you want to change, you can take some action today and learn what I'm doing. I have information. You go over here, click on the banner. There'll be a button below. You can go and see the information and see what I'm doing. And I found a system, found it works. It has proof. And with that said, take action, whatever it may be. If you're living a life mediocrely and you're not happy, do something different. And if you want, you can go check out what I'm doing here, down here. And with that, I am going to let you go, and I appreciate the time you spent with me. So hope to see you on the beaches of the world. So take some action now. Click the button below.